Why should I believe in a God that I can't see? It's a great question. And seeing is believing has become this common phrase because nobody wants to get duped. And let's face it, there are a lot of crazy ideas out there. But my question isn't, why should I believe in something that I can't see? My question is, why should I believe in something that I can? Let me explain. First of all, consider this. We believe in a lot of things that we can't see. Have you ever seen gravity? Have you ever seen the wind? But we see how these forces affect things around them, which gives us assurance of their existence as entities. Second point, we operate on very limited senses. Very limited, probably more limited than we would be comfortable admitting. Case in point, each time I cross the street, I can look into the street, I can listen for a car coming, but at the end of the day, I have to step into the road, and I am not 100% sure that a car is not coming. We operate like this daily. Thirdly, why on earth would you trust your eyes? As a scientist who has studied human anatomy and physiology, I can tell you that there is a huge bundle of nerve fibers inside of your eye that creates a blind spot. It's called the lacuna. And your brain creates an image to try and fill in the gap. And if you're not sure that this is true, do this experiment with me. Hold your phone an arm's length away, cover your right eye, slowly bring your phone towards your face, focusing all the time on the purple dot. And as you can see, the green dot disappears right where that blind spot is in your eye. What's more, your eyes are actually curved, which means that the image that you're seeing is upside down, so your brain has to turn it right side up. And add all of this together with a very limited peripheral vision. Friends, what I can see with my eyes is the last thing that I want to base 100% of my understanding of reality upon. So clearly, seeing is more than sight, isn't it? It has to do with perception. What we perceive to be true, what we experience in this world is more deep, more concrete than simply what meets the eye. You know, there's a book in the Bible that I really love. It's called Proverbs. It's written by a very wise king. And he said this, he said, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding." People often misinterpret this to mean that you shouldn't try to understand or you shouldn't try to use your mind to reason. That's not what he's saying at all. He's saying, think as well as you can, employ all of your understanding to the best of your ability. But I'm telling you, it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough because there's more. The truth is out there waiting to be found, and it is vastly larger than any of us could ever imagine. So in philosophy, there are two ways of perceiving the world, what's called the noumenal and the phenomenal. And the noumenal view says that the truth is out there, reality exists, whether or not we're aware of it. The phenomenal view says we shape reality by our own observations, our own experiences. So it doesn't really believe in objective truth necessarily. Now, as a scientist, I reject the phenomenal view because I do believe that there are things out there waiting to be discovered. Otherwise, we wouldn't do science, right? We wouldn't do experimentation, etc. And Christianity is quite similar in that there's a belief that we can't actually see everything, and it's an invitation to investigate. It's an invitation to discover more and to expand our horizons past what is seen. So rejecting God because I can't see him with my eyes is a bit like shining a flashlight in the dark and looking at the actual physical flashlight and saying, you know, it's really dark in here and I can't see this flashlight, so this flashlight is useless. But that's not the point of the flashlight, is it? The point of the flashlight is not to be seen, it's to show the way. See, a flashlight casts light on the floor and on the surrounding area, and the fact that I can't see the handle is beside the point. And the fact that I can't see God with my eyes is more about my limitations than his limitations. You know, Christ didn't come primarily to be seen. He didn't come with some fancy crown or beautiful clothes. The Bible says there was nothing about his appearance that was majestic or that would attract us to him. He came humbly, even though he was God, because he wanted to show us the way, and he called himself the way. He also said, "I am the light of the world, and whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." One of my favorite Christian writers is a man called C.S. Lewis, and he began as an atheist, and after he encountered a living God, he penned these words: "I believe in Christianity as I believe that the sun has risen, not only because I see it, but because by it, I see everything else." I want to thank you for your questions. We really appreciate them, and we look forward to hearing more.